Have you ever had one of those days where you get up on the wrong side of the bed and the day just goes downhill from there? Those days when you just knew a catastrophe was heading your way, the unhappiness train has built up a head of steam and there doesn't seem to be any way to prevent it from rolling right over you. Not long ago I came to an astounding conclusion. The chances of having a collision or coming away with bruises when I'm playing a contact sport like hockey or basketball goes up exponentially when I'm having one of those days. Those days when I'm obsessing about something someone said or did and I end up regretting something I said or did and end up having to do damage control when I would much rather be in harmony and at peace. It turns out what I regret the most was not being able to stop the negative momentum that I could feel was mounting, railing to myself afterwards, why didn't I try harder to calm myself down and get centered? Look at the mess that I have on my hands now. Once you've experienced that enough times, though, you start to get wiser, eventually figuring out that it's easier to avert disaster and head it off than to say you're sorry and feel guilty about your actions later. The first step is to notice there's a storm brewing and that you're feeling out of whack and the thoughts going around your head are not good ones. Been there, done that, no good can come of this. Maybe this time there's too much momentum to prevent the train wreck, but there's always next time. If you can become more aware of the things that escalated the momentum, then you only have to run into the same wall a few times before you eventually say, what can I do in this moment to stem the tide and bring myself down off the ledge from a full boil to at least a simmer? In her book, In the Shadow of Man, Jane Goodall writes about how when an alpha male chimpanzee is enraged, the other males go to great lengths to calm him down by grooming him rather than further enraging him, which in my view is a very good strategy, one that we'd be wise to employ not only with others but with ourselves. So stop and take a moment to take the storm about to happen seriously and make it your first priority to calm down. Because you don't make good decisions when you're enraged and a little crazy. I know, it's easier said than done. Number 1, notice when something has upset you and you're peeved. Number 2, take a walk, take a few deep breaths, and take a time out. Number 3, stop blaming everyone else. Number 4, stop beating yourself up. And number 5, stop adding fuel to the fire. Do everything that you can to slow down the momentum of the unhappiness train. Simply acknowledging that you're doing your best helps. And the reason you make the effort is because happy ever after is in the other direction, a direction that you can't even begin to go in if you're angry, guilty, frustrated, disappointed, furious, irritated, or annoyed at anybody or anything for any reason at all. In fact, there's nothing important enough to get in the way of your happiness, not even something as big and unwieldy as a train.